Hello and welcome to Love Like the Other Side. Let's do an after work reading. Today's been an awfully slow day. I've been sensing that with a lot of you. It's been a day at work where it's been boring. A lot of you have had to push paper all day today, especially if you work in an office. It's just a day where you got lots of paperwork and the pile just kept on going higher and higher and you never thought it was going to end. And I'm getting something about a sucker or a lollipop or you heard that song today. It's an old song. Or there was some kind of joke about a sucker being a sucker for doing all the paperwork. Okay, we've got quite a few cards here. So let's just go ahead and do it. Hope you can see them all. Oh, and some of you are so devoted to your job that you're willing to take all that paperwork on just by yourself. And somebody's like, how do you have all the patience for that paperwork? It's unbelievable. Okay, so you have the Ace of Cups in the upright. You have the Seven of Swords in the upright. You have the Four of Swords in the upright. You have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. And you have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. And you have the Three of Swords in the upright. Okay, so what we have going on here. Oh, some of you, yeah, I can actually feel this energy come up just by looking at it. Some of you are either in love with your boss, the boss's son, or somebody that has a little bit more power than you at the job. It's like you've developed new feelings overnight for this person. And it's almost like you have the same kind of spiritual background. And you believe in the same things. And for some of you, you're daydreaming about a time where you're going to end up getting married because one of your friends is, and you were just getting an invite for one of your friends to get married. And you're thinking, oh, wouldn't it be nice to be with somebody? You know, you're getting kind of melancholy and you want to be with someone. But, you know, you think being married is a lot of responsibility. With the responsibility card there, you think it's a lot of responsibility that you just don't want to take on. But these are just passing thoughts as you work your day away. For some of you, you've had to deal with a lot of stress. There's been some kind of your partner has betrayed you and you found them with somebody else and you're having a really hard time keeping your mind on the job, but you need to stay there. You can't start taking time off right now, you know, and there's been lots of deception at home, and you know that your partner's been getting away with something, and you're trying to figure out what's going on because things have changed and they're not quite the same, and you don't feel like you've got stability in your relationship, and you're going to work thinking about all this stuff as you spend your work day. You know, when it's really boring at work, your mind tends to wander and it goes back to that at home. And you're hoping that there's nothing going on. You're hoping that it's just all in your head. And some of you, you just need a break. You just need some kind of rest. It's like the job's just really getting to you. And you need just some kind of rest, some like vacation. You need to go on a vacation to some place that's not so dry. So you're planning on how to be able to put money aside, still pay for your bills, and be able to take a trip. You want to go somewhere exciting, Vegas, or you want to go somewhere where there's fireworks, that um, things aren't so boring, that there's something going on every minute of the day. So you want to plan some kind of vacation away because you're feeling very stuck. For some of you, your job is starting to go past your boundaries and your beliefs. You said when you were going to take this job that you wouldn't do any overtime like you did in the last job. You said that you weren't going to let your employer take advantage of you. But what's happening is you're walking right into that. Right into that. And you really don't want to take on the work, but it seems like before you have a chance to say, I don't want to do this, you've already got a ton of work in front of you, and you're like, I couldn't even open up my mouth and say whether I wanted to do it or not. You just feel like turning around and pointing your finger at your boss. See my finger? I know it looks like the F finger, but you want to point your finger at your boss, and you want to say, I'm banishing you. I'm banishing you from my workspace. I do not want to take any more work on. And some of you have just started a job and it's paying you a hell of a lot more than your last job paid you. So today is payday for you and you are actually enjoying the fruits of your labor. And since it's a Friday that I'm doing this reading on, you're starting to see the rewards and the luxury and what your self-sacrifice has done for your financial independence. And you're being able to plan things for tonight. And it's going to involve drinks. It's probably going to involve a nightcap or two. It might involve a Virgo. But whatever you do tonight, play safe. And I hope you enjoy yourself. And be very imaginative. Be very imaginative in what you do. Just play safe. And for some of you, you're going to be going home tonight with some heartache. You've just heard some really bad news. Some of you will hear that a family member has passed away. And it's not that... It makes you feel more guilty than anything else because you could have seen this family member many of times. Many of times you've planned to go on trips to see this family member. But in all honesty, something always came up. And the person understood that you're young and that you couldn't come and visit all the time. So even though you're heartbroken about it and you're feeling a lot of grief and emotional pain, you've got to understand that they knew you grew up. They know that you've grown up and they've saw you from a distance and they've heard stories about you, and it was okay for them. You have nothing to be guilty about, and just look at it as a rebirth. When your kids get older, they might end up doing the same thing, and you'll understand it as well. You don't understand it quite yet because you're not in that same age group. You're just starting out. You just got a couple of kids. The one kid that you have, though, likes to write on the walls. I would actually start giving that kid some kind of art classes or something that they could, instead of writing on the walls, they could write in a book. And then you could keep it for years to come so you have your own memories. So you don't get so lonely. And when you get older and they're out there making their own world. Just remember the good times you had with your ancestors. I'll have to show you this card because, you're never going to believe what I'm saying until you actually see it yourself. Because that's just who you are. Okay, just remember the ancestor that passed away. And they do understand. You have nothing to feel guilty for. But this isn't going to be the best of weekends for you because you're probably going to be very wispy the whole entire weekend. Love your kids. Okay, anything else for my seekers out there. Anything else? Oh, pick up another deck of cards is what you're saying? Okay. So we'll do the shapeshifters and see what messages they have on there. Okay, Spirit, hit me with your best shot. Tell me what these work-related readings, how the weekend's going to go for everybody. Give me some messages here. 1, 2, 3. There's going to be a change overnight for some of you. Something happens on the weekend. It's going to be a change for you like overnight. Some of you are just going to end up quitting your job on Monday. When you go in, you're just going to quit because of something that came up on the weekend. For some of you, the clock is ticking. You're stuck in a dead-end job. Now is the time this weekend to sit down and start doing your resume again. And use your time well. Tick-tock, tick-tock. And you know that as well without me even saying that. Don't lose your temper. Yes, you gotta change jobs. You gotta change jobs. And me telling you tick-tock, tick-tock is just gonna piss you off, but you gotta watch your temper. Because you don't want negative energy to follow you when you're trying to find a new job to be at. Don't forget who you are. Always look back on your past, and especially when you're looking for a job, or if you want to go to a different type of job, always look back on the things you liked in the past, because the things you liked in the past, if you get a job that does that, it will carry you through to your future. And for some of you out there, you got to stop taking the overtime. You just got to stop taking the overtime. Never jam today. Never push stuff on yourself. Stand up for yourself. You've promised yourself things that you never go through with. It's empty words. It's a waste. Everything that you're saying to yourself is a waste if you don't follow through. And you're not liking what's going on at your job, but you got to stand up for yourself, because you keep on telling yourself you're going to do it, but it's empty words if you don't. For everybody that, though, this week has gone pretty good for you, some have made great, huge bounds and strides. Some of you are just getting comfortable in a new position. And some of you are just working too hard and trying to please others. And some of you, with the job that you have, you're saying, it's the best job I can have. It's the best job I can have. I can't get anything better. It's the best job I can have. Because if you keep on telling yourself that, you'll believe it. Anyways, thank you for watching. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.